Hey, does your school resemble something like this?
Boot to the head.
Endless paperwork and letters that don't make sense and sound like this.
2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1, that's 3.
So, basically, I'm saying, private schools are good, but they could improve. Such as strengthening uniform policy, modifying school hours, accommodate for the lack of certain facilities, improve contact with surrounding community. Now, I will let my friend Kermit the Polar Bear discuss possible solutions to these problems. Hello everyone, my name is Kermit the Polar Bear, and as you saw my previous bubble friend said, I'll discuss the possible solutions to those private school problems. First and foremost, let's discuss the uniform. As you can see, the uniform of most private schools, when you imagine it, you see something like this, or this, or this. Now, there's a difference between a uniform policy and an attire code. An attire code is what you can wear and what you cannot wear. So, if your private school is like, oh, it can be a khaki colored pants with a certain color shirt, but it doesn't mention anything about your hair, your shoes, that's an attire code. What we could do, however, was we could have a strict uniform policy that you can only wear these shoes, these pants, and this shirt. And on certain days, like let's say every month, we have a Late Star Monday, for example. So on Late Star Monday, you can wear whatever you like. Also, on the beginning of every month's Thursday, you can also wear whatever you want. Sure, keep Spirit Week, but sure, at the same time, have that too, because sometimes uniform is necessary to represent our school. Number 2, school hours. As we all know, private schools are very famous for having long school hours. We spend up to almost 8 hours, sometimes almost 8 hours. Usually we don't. Usually we spend up to 7 hours and 30 minutes to 7 hours and 45 minutes. However, this time could be cut out from some subjects which could be considered extras or electives. For example, they teach Latin and Christianity usually as electives. However, majority usually choose to make it mandatory. In your private school it may vary, but I think we could cut out those extra subjects, especially if they're another language and a religion. It could be optional for some people if they want to study. If they want to, they can do it. Now, you might argue that some people will spend more time in school while others will spend less. True, but here's the thing. We could do 2 things. 1, we could start school earlier, or 2, which would be a lot easier, we could slice it up. For example, let's say your average class time is 45 minutes. So 45 divided by 2 is 22.5. So obviously 22.5 does not make any sense because you can't have 22 minutes and 30 seconds. So we could have 23 minutes for one class and 22 minutes for the other class. True. This is not equal time division, but hear me out. Let's be honest. How much of the time are you spending really learning, and then how much of the time are you just goofing off and wasting time? Number 3, lack of contact with the community. Now, when I'm saying lack of contact with the community, I'm saying it because most private schools are composed of a small group of certain ethnicity, or a bunch of ethnicities. Now, I'm not being racist or anything, but sometimes this school is the only outside influence for the very minimum of their small outside influences they get. So, I would say that it would be in our best interest that the easiest thing we could do is simply have a lunch with public schools. Yes, that's right, a lunch with public schools once a year maybe. Maybe we could have, I don't know, maybe we could have trips, public schools come to our school, we come to their school, round and round. Just kind of get a good grip of how people interact. Go to retirement homes. Maybe if they're a recent opening, they could send some of the kids from that school to not only represent their school, but also so they could get better contact of how to interact people with the community. It also helps prevent that awkwardness private schools usually generally have when other people see them. Number 4, lack of facilities. Now, I know many private schools are often short on money, but that doesn't mean you can't get a government loan. Sometimes if you're willing to do something, for example, have a facility for autistic children, or children with certain other health issues, like some kids, they have schizophrenia or something else. Usually, private schools can't take them because they don't have a facility. Now, you could get a loan from the government, I think, and that could also help. Now, some private schools also, among facilities, could be school counseling, parent to student counseling. Now, this is a form of counseling. Now, not all public schools have this, but this could make private schools better. How? You could contact the parent if the child is having some issue, and you could also help the child if the child is having an issue and doesn't wish to tell anybody. And these are my ways I suggest private schools could be improved. My name is Kermit the Polar Bear. Bye bye. Yep.